Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you to this video titled Average Speed. I want you to get out your Math and Focus book and turn to page 271. Get out your math journal, pencil, and calculator. Now this is going to be one of the shorter videos that you'll see pretty much all year long. I know that's very sad, but try to hold yourself together. So the goal for this video is just to solve problems involving average speed. So one of the things that you need to understand is in order to find the average speed, you take the total distance traveled and divide it by total time taken. Okay, so you'll want to write that down. Okay, and understand that the average speed is the average distance traveled per unit of time. So it could be per hour, per minute, per second, whatever it may be. Okay, but just understand that the average speed is always going to equal total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So you want to write that down. So we're just going to take a look at one problem today on page 273. And we can see on page 273 it says the distance between town A and town B is about 6 kilometers. The distance between town B and town C is about 15 kilometers. Fare takes 1/2 hour to cycle from town A to town B and another hour to cycle from town B to town C. Find Fare's average speed for the journey from town A to town C. So we need to figure a couple things out. So first of all, we got to think about the distance. Just remember, in order to find the average speed, we need to take the total distance traveled divided by total time taken. So we got to figure out the total distance traveled. So you can see town A to town B, 6 kilometers here. And then the time, 1/2 of an hour. Okay, so also, before we get to that, town B and C, 15 kilometers. 1/2 an hour from town A to town B, so 1/2 of an hour. And 1 hour to cycle from town B to town C, so 1 hour there. All right, so we have distance for both, time for both. Now we need to figure out all this together. So we take total distance traveled, 6 kilometers, 15 kilometers. That's going to give me 21 kilometers total at our two distances, 6 and 15. Total time taken, 1/2 an hour at one place from A to B. B to C is 1 hour. Then you total those together and you get 1.5 hours. Now we need to figure out, remember the average speed is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken. So total distance traveled, 21 kilometers. Just write that in. Divided by the total time taken, 1.5 hours. So take the 21 divided by 1.5, and that is 14 kilometers per hour. So based upon that, we can understand that Fare's average speed for the journey from town A to town C was 14 kilometers per hour. Just remember, whenever you're trying to find average speed, you take the total distance traveled and divide it by the total time taken, and that'll give you your average speed there every single time. So this concludes the video on average speed. If you have any questions about this concept, please come and see me.